Yo, what is good? My anime people, what is good, yo? So, let's talk about Weevensteven. Um, there's a lot I could say about this episode, but it's not too much I can actually say that you guys haven't. What, he died? This guy is so trash. Wait, what the heck am I supposed to do? Um, but with this show just pretty much having me understanding where they're going to go with certain things and what aspects are going to really shine in the show, and to think that it was just going to be on the substitute teacher was kind of cool, only because hold on, did not want to burp in your guys' ears. Okay. It was cool to see her getting focused on again, but at the same time, it's almost strange how much attention she gets. She's been getting almost just as much attention, if not more attention, than the other ladies. So it's kind of weird, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but overall, it's nice to see that once we get introduced to some of these characters, they don't just instantly kind of like disappear and get like written off as like, oh yeah, they're that one girl that you saw here and there, like it's whatever. It's more like, oh, this is a lot of like her personality. She's clumsy, she's dipsy. Um, she really like did not want her student in this place until all of a sudden she sees that even he's helping out with the overall like cleaning and stuff like that. So it wasn't even the fact that um, he was practically being as helpful as possible, but he was also in a position to just uh, help out at any time when it came down to situational. I mean, as soon as things pop off, what happens? He pretty much acts as if he worked in that maid cafe. She drops the bucket, or not even that, like the girl straight up gets her ankle messed up. He was probably already going to help if it came down to it. But regardless of that, he still goes in, helps as much as possible, and then after helping, he stays the whole time to still get to study and probably help out the girl that's already graduated, seeing how he's pretty decent at science and he was the one kind of giving her tips and of the study guide that he was giving her. So it's like one of those things that he could just keep doing this. He's a junior. They still have another year in high school, so my hope is that we get another season of like a year or something, or maybe don't even. Well, yeah, they're on like summer break right now, so they're kind of moving quickly through the season. So I'm not surprised that that's happening. But at the same time, I rather this show stick around, even if it does have to resort to using some filler. I don't know, man. This show is funny and like relaxing at the same time. I think because I'm about to lose like two relaxation animes that I can watch and chill back, I think that's just my problem. So it's whatever's, I guess. But I'm just looking forward to what is this all playing out to? Like, what is this all leading up to, and who's gonna be, on top when it comes down to the love? And it looks like next week's episode is actually going to be uh, a recap episode. It's like we're gonna go back down a trip of memory lane, and I think that's why this show is 13 episodes, is so they can literally have a whole week of just them giving us an episode of an overview of what happened throughout the 11 episodes. So not something I would want, and that's my problem with like these types of show. I mean, imagine not having an over review in a show with 26 episodes. this show has 13, and one of them are a episode to tell you everything that happened in the episodes, you know? Like, I don't know if there's people that get into an anime and then since it's already finished, they're like, oh, I could just watch the overview of everything and skip the whole entire show and just watch the final episode. Yeah. I'm a genius, you know? Like, I never understood it, including in these shorter term shows that really don't have that much life in them. And then if the show wasn't good at all, you just literally have an episode that's could have been another chance at getting the audience to enjoy it, but you put it into telling us about the thing that they already didn't like in the first place. Yeah. um, but that's my rant for the day. Like, I just really wanted to see more episodes for these types of shows. That's why Demon Slayer is a high regarded show for me to like. I want people to go out and watch it, or at least people to acknowledge that it has some decent moments or anything, because there's not a lot of shows that are getting the detail of 26 episodes, and this is one of the shows that isn't. I mean, sure, there might not even be content out enough to make 26 episodes, which is always my only real reasoning behind, like, oh, well, that makes sense. You can't do something that you physically can't do, you know? Like, you don't want to just start making stuff up as you go and actually use the author's source material and there isn't any, then you can't go any further. That makes sense. But when you have all the source material and you choose to skip a crap ton to then give us, you know, not everything that you could have given us, it seems kind of weird. So, I don't know who makes those choices, but we gotta show, you know, appreciation to the ones that actually get it right and the people who can actually talk the studios into doing the most episodes. Overall, with how all this played out and the ladies who were really focused on this week, being just mainly the principal, and then we saw two of the girls that you know we study with later on, but they just show up during this ice cream scene where they literally buy some and they show up and they have to hide behind a bush next to the bench that they were just eating the ice cream on. So that was like the only real time we really saw anybody that outside of like students that actually still go to the school. So I don't know. This show feels like it's getting in its own swing of things, and I do truly appreciate that. And that's why I'm just saying I wish there was more. Or I hope that they announce something coming very soon after this show's ending. So, with all that being said, who do you think is doing the best? It's almost like the substitute teacher is making a better run for the money than some of the girls. I mean, geez. Like, I mean, sure, I think next week's episode, or they should have had her face. We should have saw what she looked like when you know, she's like, I wonder what they thought we looked like when we were hiding behind this bush, or maybe we look like sweethearts or whatever. But he saw her back. You know, he didn't think that she was flustered about it at all. You know, he's like, oh, she handled it like an adult. But we already know that she, you know, has some types of feeling for him, which is weird. But I mean, I guess it's not weird for us, but more weird for people who don't care for student-teacher relationships, I should say. But yeah, overall, this is kind of what I expected with how this episode would play out. Just them enjoying some time with the pretty lady and pretty much finding out that he can't, like, he can't just get away from them causing him trouble. Like, they're always going to be doing something to either get in trouble or that he's going to have to clean up after, so he should just get used to it. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I'm sorry this video came out a little bit later than the first one did. I wanted to drop it sooner, but I kind of got caught up playing some games with the homies, and I haven't talked to them in quite some time, so I truly appreciate you guys for not yelling and trying to rip my head off. I honestly don't know how spoiled you guys treat me, so with all that being said, I definitely will be dropping more content tomorrow, so if you are subbed here, I will definitely talk to you then. And with all that being said, have an awesome one and peace.